Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, back from a 2-week vacation. Had a great time. Welcome to The Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The prayer and the blessing for today is really going to be a method. It's a request from all of us to practice this. The birthing of a new era in a beautiful world requires no algae, no anger, lust, greed, attachment, or ego.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest today is a very, very talented person. Her credentials include film producer, director, screenwriter, public and inspirational speaker, host, advocate, author, and survivor. She also does motivational drama, arts and writing, and she's a corporate therapist specializing in issues of elder, child, domestic, and sexual violence, abuse, addiction, and trauma. That's a lot of work that lady does. Like I said, she's very talented. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Piper Dellums.
Hello, thank you.
Hello, Piper. Nice to see you.
Lovely
and that last name you got, we'll be talking about that in a little bit.
In love with that last name.
Oh yes, I know the first name is because it's mine, but that last one, understand. Piper, welcome to The Actor's Choice. Before we please tell us where you were born.
I was born in Berkeley, California, but my father was elected to Congress when I was 4. So I grew up in Washington, D.C. in Chevy Chase.
Okay, sounds good to me. Sounds good. So what made you get into this industry?
Well, I would actually say that the industry became an unfolding of a desire to find my place in an all-white community. It started off as children's theater through school. I wanted to find a voice. I wanted to use theater, writing, ballet, piano, all of the areas of the arts, for my mother was a thespian, in order to reach the center of my being. Sometimes to put on a mask, to escape, because this was the 70s, and also to find my soul and spirit and to share stories of survival, of humanity with an audience. And I can't say that at the time the applause wasn't a beautiful embrace, an encouragement, for a young Black girl in Chevy Chase, Maryland.
I'd be a nut if I didn't say so. Look at, ladies and gentlemen, you look at what her background is. Look at that background. Goodness. I thought I had one, but that does me. Not does me, does me.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God. Tell us a little bit about getting an education. That's very, very important. Where'd you go to school at?
Absolutely. I started off actually at the Catholic University of America when I was 16. Because I finished all of my high school credentials early. I only stayed for a semester and transferred immediately over to UC Berkeley right before at the age of 17. I wanted to follow in my father's footsteps. I was a double major minor. I was a psychology, theater, and biochemistry. And then I went to NYU and for graduate school. And I got my master's and my doctorate from there as a drama therapist.
Dr. Dellums, it sounds familiar. Dr. Dellums. I love it. But they don't give it to you, ladies and gentlemen. You got to work on it.
You got to work on it.
Coming here to LA, what was that like for you?
Well, initially, coming to LA, I started off in New York, obviously. In Manhattan at NYU. I gave birth to my first daughter there. I was working as a drama therapist. And then I got a job immediately in Florida, working for Disney, being a spokesmodel for Disney, doing Disney commercials. And I had my own show on Nickelodeon called Welcome Freshmen. So I was young. It started there. Then, of course, we moved from Florida to Malibu, California. And we were very interested and focused on the anti-apartheid movement because my father, the body politic, this was where my heartbeat was. So we took money and our family's companies, and we moved to South Africa with two little babies. And we built the first Black housing there for 50,000 homes called Amandla Homes. And then we started bringing families together that were separated on diamond mines and in gold fields and off in farmlands, to bringing mothers, their children, and husbands back together. We taught them reading, writing, marketing, and the business. And when we left South Africa, we turned that over to the African communities, Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, and Northern Sotho people. And then we started working for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. So I started collecting art that was stolen under apartheid. And I curated a museum in San Francisco for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, Children with AIDS in Africa. Sold most of it, did big special events, and what was left is about my house and my mom and dad's house.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, and then I ended up in Kenya covering the bombing of the Kenyan embassy with Dr. Ramona Tasco, doing a documentary film about the 5,000 Kenyans that remained, and then on to Congo to build AIDS hospitals and to minister to the Republic of Congo in a place called Nkamba.
Gotcha.
So that's how I wrote my first 15 books, and
Gotcha.
one of them was The Road to Nkamba.
Ladies and gentlemen, this lady has producer credits, writer, actress, director, all these different things. Her first IMDb TV actress credit came in a TV movie called With Hostile Intent. This was in 1993.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I do my research.
That was such a wonderful project to work on. And yes, and she was wonderful to work with. Okay. Yes, it was good to get a supporting role. And I loved that it was a film that was a true story. We were still speaking about women's rights and women's issues. And there had been a big headline about those two police officer women who were being harassed for joining the police force. So it was good to be able to stand on that platform in a film.
Okay. Fast forward to the year 2006. You did a short film. You were a producer. It was called Dandelions.
Yes. Dandelions was an expose on the homeless, opioid addicted teenagers in Venice Beach, California. So after doing all of the research, we did a script and the actors that starred in it. I also owned a talent agency called EAG, and I wanted to put my actors forth in a really provocative project, and it really came out. It spawned a lot of money going towards homeless teens.
Okay. You also, fast forward to 2012, you did a documentary and a short film. It was called The Rent Party.
Oh, yes. Okay, so let me The Rent Party. So this was bringing back the Harlem Renaissance. I did this entire film on my iPhone, and yet I won Best Documentary. So what happened there is I left Malibu. I was living up in the mountains of Idlewild, and we only had maybe 500 people in the community. And we noticed that there were 3 or 4 families that were losing their homes. They couldn't pay mortgage or rent. So I gathered as many musicians, artists, and artisans together, and I threw a 24-hour concert, just like they used to do in Harlem.
Yeah, that's my home. That's my home.
Right on. And what I said is, we're going to you can donate a quarter or $1. And I put it on Facebook, and next thing we knew, thousands of dollars were coming in, and we were able to save the homes of these 4 families for a number of months. And so I thought, wow, if we could throw rent parties all over, bring that back and come back as a community, we could save homes and honor and dignity for people that are going through tough financial times. So
okay, we only have so much time, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to have to go fast forward to what we call the best of the less. The first one is you have 2 daughters, Sydney and Dylan. Dylan. There you go.
Yes, Sydney and Dylan. Sydney is an attorney.
Yes.
Dylan just finished her second master's, and going on to her doctorate. And she just got married. So my son-in-law is Daniel Leal. He's an attorney out of Howard University and a big corporate firm in LA.
Okay. The next one, you have a son-in-law named Daniel Leo.
Yep, Daniel Liao. That's it. Howard University Law School.
Look at that handsome young man. Look at that handsome young man.
Isn't he gorgeous? They've been together for 8 years, each other's first love. Yeah. He's a brilliant attorney.
Oof. There's no reason why you cannot go to school and get an education.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And to be the only African American male in one of the top corporate law firms in America, he fought, he did it, and he's representing all that we lived, died, and bled for.
Wow.
Absolutely.
There is a person who we're about to talk about right now. He's a civil rights leader, ladies and gentlemen. He is a congressman. Let's put it to you this way. I'm going to read up on him. This gentleman was an American politician who served as a U.S. Democratic representative from California for nearly 3 decades. That was from 1971 to 1998. That's a long time of service. He was known for his outspoken criticism of U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. He was a founding member of the Congressional Black Caucus. After he left Congress, he was the mayor of Oakland, California from 2007 to 2011. Put this way, ladies and gentlemen, who didn't know Ron Dellums? He passed away on July 30th, 2028 at the age of 82.
And most importantly, he authored the Comprehensive Sanctions Act that ended apartheid.
Look at that good-looking man.
That was a good-looking man.
Look at that.
That's the painting in the Capitol building.
Yes, ma'am. When I saw it, I said, put that up, Ron. Put that up. Put that up.
Yes. Okay. And you know, I did a film about your hometown, about Harlem. Okay.
You see that picture right there?
That's my dad.
That's my dad? And who's that gorgeous looking lady there? Who that lady?
That's me. Oh my gosh. That was his last year and a half of life.
Yes, ma'am.
But he was so precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have another picture coming up. It's called Above Love, about love. Can you tell us about what this is about, please?
Well, About Love was a love story to my father. I wanted him to know and hear that the seeds of love and wisdom that he planted in me were a legacy that will continue to reverberate for generations, as he taught me about love.
And you narrated this, is that correct?
I did. I narrated that, and maybe 5 others, except for the film I did with Danny Glover. I did not narrate, but I did win Best Screenwriter from ABFF for that in 2019. Strive.
But guess what? We just happen to have a video. Roll it, Tony.
The greatest words my father, Ron Dellums, my daddy, ever spoke to me were words of love. I woke up suddenly. My father was whispering to me from heaven, "Love anyway." The tears rose, but his words caught them before they fell. Love anyway.
You live and have lived a good life, lady. You really have.
Thank you.
And to have that gentleman as your father is really, really nice. Definitely.
Yes, because of him, I became a United Nations delegate. I'm a UN delegate now, Commission on the Status of Women and Children. So I've been traveling around the world for the last 3 years. I'm rescuing children and women from human trafficking. Yes. And that's how I started. My company is Love. And now I have a chain of hotels called the Healing Hotels by Dreamer. We own Seton Castle in Scotland and Stapleford in UK, and we'll be opening all over the world so that we can bring cultural diversity and the wisdom of our healing from Africa to the indigenous under one roof, heal humanity. So it's not a wellness hotel, it's a oneness hotel. Heal with all of the modalities that are sacred to indigenous and diverse people all over the world.
Wow. You also have Piper Dellums Productions.
I do.
Tell us about that, please.
Piper Dellums Productions was started when I started working here. I produced 5 documentaries on domestic violence, which is why I came back to the Bay Area. And I met with a group of elder indigenous women who also wanted me to produce films about the Native way, about drumming. So I did another film that won myriad awards about the sacred drum. It's called Legacy of Woman, Journey of the Drum. And I started the company based on.
Remember, they did not.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many. There's so much out there. What advice would you give to people to get successful? Well, how do you get successful?
Well, it's funny. I think by Hollywood standards, I'm probably not successful because I'm not a well-known name. I think that success is defined by standing in the wisdom and integrity and authority of your purpose, your destiny, your truth. You want to leave a mark in the world. You want to heal humanity. You want to give experience and expression in order to change and transform and resurrect lives. You want to tell stories of survival. And I think it's perseverance. Don't give up. Don't give up on self. Don't allow anyone to judge you based on a small percentage of what is defined as beauty, success, wit. When doors shut, then open them up yourself.
Yes.
If you're closed, then create your own. Everyone has the seeds within them to actualize every dream that has ever been spoken into them from childhood to today.
Wow.
Stay focused.
All I can say today is my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I wish we had more time to hear about you. Please come back again.
I would love it. It was lovely.
And that gentleman that you have, Jerome Rowe Brooks, thank him very, very much.
I love him. You know, I love him. I produced his Isaac Hayes piece. Yeah, I love him. Thank you so much. I will.
Thank you. I'm going to make sure you get a copy of the show. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a lovely and blessed day.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Piper Dellums. This is the Actors' Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. We would like to let you know that we are asking the Actors' Choice Squad to help us get former baseball player Curt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, Curt passed away January 20th, 1997, husband of one of our wonderful guests, good buddy, friend of mine, renowned actress Judy Pace. All you got to do is contact our office at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we would sincerely thank each and every one of you for being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Okay? Roll it, Tony. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to get into broadcasting? Let me tell you for a moment here, very important question. Have you ever thought about getting into broadcasting? You know, the money is good. You meet a lot of people. You get to different places. It's a good field. I've been in it over 30 years, so I know what I'm talking about. I want to tell you about a class I teach up at Santa Monica College. I've been there for over 30 years and can offer you the skills of broadcasting, announcing, and production. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is give me a call. We got openings. We still got some openings for some classes. 323-533-1036. We meet on Tuesday, starting August 29th at 2:15 through 3:35. That's classes every Tuesday and Thursday. Give me a call, 323-533-1036. Okay? Okay. Roll it, Tony.
You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I longed with deep torment. For so long, my body waited. Slowly I faded. I cried within, steady and slowly. It kept on pouring, watered my skin. And deep inside, I heard my roaring.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today got a start in acting, believe it or not, at an early age. That was in New York City. She then came back to Los Angeles, where she developed into a thoughtful, independent writer and filmmaker. Her work has been recognized in multiple film festivals in the United States and in Europe. She's here today to talk about Odyssey Theater's upcoming production of Elephant Shaving. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Diana Cignoni. What got you into this? What made you, where were we born at? Let's start with that one first.
Say that again, please.
Where were you born at?
Born in Germany, in Münnerstadt.
What part of Germany?
It's in the middle. So if there's Berlin and there's Munich, it's right in the middle. It's a Franconian town. It's Bavaria, but it's a sub state which is called Franconia.
Okay. What made you get into this business?
I always like to go into other realities since a child, and I saw in a school performance Waiting for Godot, and I liked it. I liked how my colleagues in school, I was a kid, just went into they were other people, and I loved that.
Okay. All right. We're going to move forward just a bit, and we want to go to item number 36A. Tony, this is Mirrors. This is one of the projects that you did.
Yeah.
And we just happen to have a video. Roll it, Tony.
I live alone in the city, and I wanted to ask you, I had a cat, and I know to many people a cat is just an animal, but my cat, her name is Moon. I had her for 23 years, and she passed away.
Hi.
Hello, I'm Andre.
Oh, so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, madame.
Looks good. Looks very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's fast forward now to elephant shavings that you are doing. Tell us about it. What interesting name, by the way. Interesting name.
Yeah, it's elephant shavings. Do you know? What does it say to you? What elephant shaving? You want me to explain or?
Well, okay, tell us what it's all about. You're one of the cast members. Can you tell us give us a synopsis of the play, please?
Okay, great. So the play is about a woman. Her name is Lizzie, played by me, who is an actress in the play, and she is going on a retreat over the summer when the theater is closed to go within to find whatever it is which makes us who we are. Call it the one or the true essence of you. So she's soul searching. And that's what the play is about.
Who's the director?
Say that again?
Who is the director?
The director is Ron Saucy.
I like his first name. Like
yours. I love Ron Saucy. He's the greatest. I've been with the Odyssey Theater since 23 years. Done a play there every year. I love working with Ron Saucy.
Interesting. Now, the class is a world premiere, I understand, on this play?
Yes, it is the world premiere. And the nice thing is, Saucy is a great director, but he wrote this play. Yes. So it's a great thing because he wrote it and he's directing it.
I see. How did you feel when you got selected to be in this cast?
Whenever I get selected, I'm very grateful and excited.
Yes.
And I just go right into it because it's beautiful to just explore and see Ron and discuss the play and find what's not being said, the undercurrent of the character. So I'm very excited about working again.
Right. You're thinking there's a possibility that a movie can be made out of this play?
That's a great idea. I've never even thought about it, but of course there could be a possibility. Yes. Thanks, Ron. I will pass that on to Ron Saucy.
Well, thank you. Yeah, a good name he's got. Tony, can you give us the first photo? This one's called Wakings. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Can you describe what we're seeing here?
You remind me of everything. Yeah. Ron, that was last year. It was a evening called Wakings, and I did the Harold Pinter piece, A Kind of Alaska, the woman who's for 24 years, and I'm waking up. So the play starts, she's waking up after being asleep for 24 years. And she is now older, but because she slept for 24 years, she's thinking, she says, where's my sister? oh, gulls, haven't heard a gull for ages. And she's that little girl trapped in an older woman's body.
Yes.
It was interesting to explore it.
Yeah.
Ron Saucy always said, I don't get enough baby and child because, so I was challenged to bring out that 16-year-old girl in me. And I think we all have it, I really truly believe you can be 80 years old, but there's always that little boy or that little girl in you. It will never die. So I believe there is no age.
Wow. That's interesting. That's a very interesting story.
Yeah, it was a really, Pinter is great. I love working on Pinter pieces.
All right. Tony, the next photo, please.
Yeah.
And there you are.
Oh, God. Ron, thank you for showing all this. I'm quite touched by this. So this is Faith Healer by Brian Friel. That was the year before.
Uh-huh.
And it's 3 people. It's about a faith healer, as the title says, and he's traveling across in Scotland.
Yes.
And she's the girlfriend. I'm playing the girl. Her name is Grace, and I'm playing the girlfriend of the faith healer. And she went through a lot in her life. She's a survivor. And she's a survivor.
Wow.
Like me.
Like you. Next photo, Tony. There you go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was, I played that's easy for me, a little crazy lady. So one of my favorite lines of this one is, it's the moon through passing clouds, a very poetic piece, again, part of a whole evening of pieces. And that was 3 years ago.
Yes.
That was 3 years ago. Yeah.
What is it that excites you about this play?
What excites me about this play, first of all, I said that already working with Ron Saucy. Second, that it's exploring spirituality.
Uh-huh.
That it's actually a play about going deep within you and cutting the bullshit out of your life.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
And really realizing that we're wearing masks when we're in public, and to strip off that mask and really be, I guess, connect to your human being, and then go even further. Who is that human being? And who is the one who's watching your human being?
Yes.
And who's the one and the one? And so it's all these layers of, are we all one? And it's a search. So yes. I don't have the answer on, and that's why I like it, because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah, who are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
And okay, tell us where the play is going to be held at, please.
It's in Los Angeles at the Odyssey Theater.
Uh-huh.
On Sepulveda Boulevard on the west side, West LA.
Yes.
Santa Monica Boulevard and Olympic.
Uh-huh. Very popular theater, by the way. There's folks who've never been there. I love it myself because it's an ensemble. You have, 3 or 4 stages in there all going at the same time?
Yes, it's a beautiful theater. Thanks for saying that, Ron.
Oh, yeah. I've been there numerous times, and they got good food there, ladies and gentlemen. Are you listening? Good food. They got a few little wine if you like a little taste of the wine. And, that's a good place. That's what this is all about, going to the stage to see and hear the stage. You and I were talking about this the other day. I have a tendency to talk about some ads. What was it? Actors and actresses. They want to do radio, television, but they don't want to do no stage.
Nope. That's so true.
Can't get me up there. Not me. Wow.
Yeah, it's because I guess it's too much work, or what do you think it is?
That's a good question. If you can't, in my opinion, my humble opinion, if you feel that way, then get out the business.
I like that. I think it's about the work.
Yeah. Very competitive business.
If you want to be an actor, you got to work out. Like the bodybuilder goes to the gym every day, and the theater is a nice gym. I like, actually, that's how I am. For me, every performance is another rehearsal, you see.
Yes.
I'm never finished. I guess I'm going to be finished when I die. So there's always something to discover. There's always something. So there's no finished product. It's always another night of trying to discover something new. And
Yes.
that's what's so great about the theater. And also that, there's even a line in the play Elephant Shavings, which
Yes.
Ron Saucy wrote. He wrote, one actress asks, so why did you always wanted to be an actress? And she says, no, actually, when I was a child, I wanted to be a nun.
Did you?
Well, I actually did too.
Actually, I almost want to be a priest. I can
Really?
be I'm a Catholic. I was a Catholic.
Me too.
About being a priest.
Did you?
But they told me you can't be married. I went, okay.
You see, I had the same notion like you. I loved the church because of the windows, the glass windows, and the candles, and it was so magical. And I thought that's the kind of reality I like. And so when I heard you can't have a man, then I said, no, I'm not going to be a nun.
Okay. Tony, can you show us number 35, please? The Odyssey Theater Ensemble. And this is where the event is taking place at. Thank you, Tony. Look at it. Look at the Odyssey. Good group of people. Nice venture. Nice venture indeed. Like I said, lady, you have done a lot of stuff. Okay, tickets. Let me stop this way. Opening the play August 19th through the 1st of October, a 7-week run. What days are you going to be on stage?
We're going to run usually Saturday, Sunday matinees, Saturday nights, some Fridays, and even some Mondays with Q&As.
Right. Tickets $25 to $40. I like where you have Mondays pay what you will. That's a nice idea.
That's really nice. So you can come and pay what you can.
Yes.
We have wine nights. You mentioned wine. So we have Friday wine nights, which is nice. After the performance, there will be wine. It's a really cozy, beautiful theater. So come down.
Well, Diana, like I said, you have a great attitude about your work and how you do it. Do come back again, my dear. Please, we can talk more about New York City, Broadway, and those hot dogs and pretzels and all that good stuff like that.
Yes, Ron. I miss New York, and I used to live in Manhattan for 4 years. Yes. I just love talking to you. It was a pleasure, Ron, and have a great day. And thanks for having me on your show, and I hope to be back.
Okay, and thank you, publicist, my good friend, Lucy Pollock.
Thank you, Lucy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Diana Nonik. Okay.
Cignoni, bye. Bye, Ron.
The Actor's Choice. I'm Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, for more information about the TAC Road channel, please call us at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of days ago, I got a letter from a picture in it. At first, I asked, who is that? I didn't recognize the person. But when I read more and came to see, didn't realize it's my longtime friend, Kevin Fleming. Now, Kevin has been in this town for a long, long time. That's a picture of him that he looks now. That's what the picture, I said, who is that person? I don't recognize him. He's a DJ, program director, Urban Buzz, where he started, continued to run for many, many, many years. He's got a real health problem, ladies and gentlemen. He's been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He needs help, ladies and gentlemen, and he needs it now. If you could send some money to GoFundMe, we'll always appreciate what you got there. Tony, can you put that link up so people can see what it is? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Look at that. That's at https : I can
hear you. I can see Ron in front.
Okay. And GoFundMe.com.
Now.
Okay.
And
okay, there it is. You see, keep put it in the top. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. If you can use that one, lady. This is him. And that's the way. Please pray for him. I understand he's coming out of the hospital today. He's been in and out of the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, 18 times. 18 times. He needs a hand. Please give him. Thank you. God bless you, Kevin. Roll it, Tony.
Marlboro. If you want to ride their road, you gotta know the rules. Never play cowboy.
School's out, boys.
In a room full of Indians.
It's better to be dead and cool than alive and uncool.
Never go into a bar.
I can't watch this.
Unless you're willing to get smashed.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is an actress, model, producer, writer, and a business owner. She owns and operates her own nonprofit business called Miracle Meals Foundation. Meals Foundation. She has appeared in several national and international commercials, infomercial, TV, and film with some of the best in the industry. And she's also traveled the globe, modeling and working on ad campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Theresa San-Nichols. Hi, Theresa. How you doing?
As they say, the show must go on, right?
Yeah, he's going to put you a good-looking picture. You're a beautiful lady, and he's going to put a picture up for you.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Where were you? Okay, you told us you're born of European and Micronesian descent.
Yes.
Okay. I can imagine the food. Good food. My goodness.
Well,
I love it when people come from different backgrounds and cultures. And you eat that food, and you eat that food. Now put them all together. We're going to have a ball tonight. You know that?
Exactly.
Well, I've got the thought, people. Ladies and gentlemen, Theresa, would you please tell these good people, how did you and I meet?
Oh, my goodness. It was just a blessing is how we met, the way I look at it. Both you and I were working on the Prettiest Man in Harlem.
Yes.
And, with our friend Ian, who is producing that.
Yes, Ian Fox, yes. Okay.
Yes. And we were doing a stage read just to read through it. And you were narrating and I was the lead. And I was reading for Tallulah Bankhead. And it was fantastic. That's how we met. And you then reached out to me to go ahead and be on your podcast, which I'm so excited about. And I'm just so sorry that we can't get a video up on here, but at least we've got audio.
One out of two ain't bad.
Exactly.
And we got a picture. If you see that lady, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. There she is.
Yes.
You
know what? My good friend Mendy, she's the one that actually took that one.
Yeah,
and I'm actually here at her location right now.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the head photographer.
You wear many hats. I mean, actress, model, filmmaking, business owner, philanthropic. What is it that you don't do?
You know what? I probably don't do a lot of things, but I try to do everything that I do participate in to my fullest. So I try to be present in all of that. But yes, so when given any challenges, I definitely give it 100%. So to answer that question, I don't know what I don't do. I have yet to experience what I don't do, and then I'll do it.
You also have a nonprofit organization called Miracle Meals Foundation. Please
talk about it. Yes, Miracle Meals Foundation. I started that actually back in 1995.
Okay.
In Honolulu, Hawaii. And we purchased holiday meals to feed families with food insecurities. So our meals actually help to provide a holiday meal for a family of 4 to 6 people. So that's what we try to do. We've been 28 years strong at this. We have moved around a bit from Hawaii being our flagship, our mainstay, into Alaska and also into California. And yes, and we're getting ready for this year's events. We do the holiday meal. First one will be in Hawaii, and that'll be in November for Thanksgiving. And then the next one will be here in Los Angeles for Christmas.
Christmas, that sounds great.
Yes.
Theresa, you're on the move, lady. On the move.
Trying, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
What work do you enjoy the most and why?
Oh gosh, you know, I have to tell you, it's like everything, Ron. I love it when I'm in front of the camera. I also love it when I'm behind the scenes, behind the camera. And I really didn't know that I had those hidden talents until probably about a year and a half ago when I ended up starting to dive into being a producer. And then from a producer, I went into executive producing. And then from that and meeting another actress on set, that's how I ended up producing and starting my own film production company with my partner called Gamut Films. So we are women in film, and we try to thrive with a multi-ethnic cast in all the projects that we participate in. We have a project right now, a film that we have a teaser out on. It's called Severed Innocence.
Okay.
My partner was actually the one who's the creator, and then we kind of collaborated together to continue rewriting the script. And we're, of course, like all of us filmmakers here in Los Angeles, we're seeking funding. We are seeking funding. We've got it all out there for everybody to try and, help us to produce this film. And we're reaching out to women in film because it's just time. It's just time. And you know what? Why not? Why not? I've had several years, in front of the camera, from infomercials to commercials to voiceovers to film, television. So I've kind of covered a lot of that ground, and it never gets old for me. I love every bit of it, in front of the camera, on top of the camera, behind the camera. I'm all over the place.
Yes.
So this is just another way for us to for me also to just expand my career. So Gamut Films is up and running. Severed Innocence, we're seeking funding for. We're also looking for someone to help us with the budget on that. So if you're out there, please connect, send me some DMs or whatnot on my Instagram, etc. So it's a full schedule.
Wow. What we showed when we opened up for you was a movie that you were in called Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, 1991. Okay, that was one. Another one that you did was Baywatch in 2000. Remember Baywatch?
Yes, I do remember Baywatch. My gosh, absolutely.
Gotcha.
All of them are, these wonderful stepping stones. And what I didn't realize after all these years of participating in all these different projects and shows, Ron, is that all of that secretively builds who you are and who you are in this industry. So everything that we do as actors, people always say to me, my career isn't where I want it to be. I'm still, doing this. I'm frustrated. I'm all of this. And I keep saying, you know what? I felt the same way. I still feel the same way at times. But then when I have a reality check and I'm going, you know what? I'm doing exactly what I should be doing.
Right.
I am still actively in the business. And the other day I was thinking about our business is kind of like being on the 405 freeway. You've got like 5 or 6 lanes. You've got the fast lane where all those electrical vehicles can get into, right? Or if you have multi people in your vehicle, and you can go down that fast lane. It's kind of like the fast lane in your career. Some people get in that fast lane and keep going. A lot of other people are in those other 4 or 5 lanes that help to support that lane. So we kind of meander along with that. We still arrive at the same place that we need to get to. Some people just get there a little faster.
Okay. You have, because you're a model, you do a thing called glamour portrait that I found. Can we take a look at that? It's just a still. There we go. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Glamour, as they say.
Yeah.
And now, Tony, can you roll when we have a video, please?
Oh my gosh.
So what we're going to do
That's
today is we're going to
fantastic.
set up
Andre
this
and I
headshot
go
here
back some
with
years
a nice
in
parabolic
working in
umbrella.
fashion.
a nice reflector,
he is also an
and a lovely model,
extraordinarily
Teresa, today,
great fashion
who is going to be our
photographer.
subject matter.
So how did I get this fabulous black and white photograph, this glamour shot,
he's
and what
phenomenal
was
with his
involved?
lighting and
Well, first off,
capturing
obviously,
the
you get
actual
together with your
mood
model and
of
talk
the
about what you're going to
individual,
do. Now,
whether
what I
it
wanted to
be
do was I wanted to
the
do
product
something
or
that was
something that
very
he's trying to
strongly
represent, or
lit
whether
black
it
and white,
actually be,
and the way I
the
wanted to
individual.
do
In
that.
this case, it was a little of both.
Got you.
But yeah,
Gotcha.
he's fantastic. Yes.
Okay. We got time for a couple more questions, and that is, what advice would you give these newbies trying to get into the business?
Oh my God. I would just say my best advice is continuously believing in yourself.
Yes.
This business is not easy. It is definitely not easy. We all want to get from 0 to 100 in a few seconds, and it doesn't really happen that way. Not all the time. It depends what your destiny is. With Father God, if He says, "Hey, this is what's going to happen," then that's what's going to happen. But in the meantime, stay strong, get into class, do your homework, study for sure, learn your craft. Our business is it is a job still. It is a creative job, but we still need to get the right tools to help us accomplish where we need to get to. And you need to follow the greats that have been out there. Marlon Brando on down. And yes, but I would say definitely find someone who can be a good mentor to you, and study around. Don't just take and study with one individual, because sometimes you can find that other teacher, that other instructor who will hit something within you and your creativeness that'll bring that out in you. It's sort of like when you're going to school, you know how you had your favorite teachers? Well, it's the same thing over here. Some teachers can find that way to connect with you. And so keep going out there, get into class, study, believe. If something isn't working, try something else.
Okay. Teresa, thank you for those words of wisdom. We hope that our audience will get some good information. You're quite a lady. Keep on doing it.
Thank you so much. I look forward to being back, Ron. Thank you so much.
Okay. I want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Brown Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Lose Life, The Way to Lose Weight, Larry Buford's book To the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School, and Actor Space. And quite much thanks for our guest today, producer, writer, actress, Piper Dellums, producer, director, actress, Diana Cignoni, Theresa San-Nichols. The Actor's Choice is a presentation of B&B Productions with our Brewington president and Sydney Chandler, that's my lady, executive producer. Special thanks to our ever-growing audience. Be well. I'm Ron Brewington. We'll see you next time.